The sun beat down on the quiet roadside, where an old blue pickup sat with its hood open. Underneath, a man in his early 30s, grease on his hands, a tired look in his eyes, tightened a bolt for the third time. He was a single dad, working 2 jobs, fixing trucks between shifts just to keep life rolling for his little boy waiting back home. He wiped the sweat off his forehead, ready to call it a day, when he heard it, tiny footsteps, fast, desperate, followed by sobs. 2 little girls, barely 6 or 7, ran toward him from across the street, their faces pale with fear. "Please, sir, help us," one cried, clutching his arm. "Mama's not waking up." The wrench slipped from his hand. For a moment, everything froze. Then instinct took over. "Where is she?" he asked, voice steady but heart pounding. They pulled his hand, leading him down a dusty path toward a small, beat-up sedan parked under a tree. Inside, a woman sat slumped over the steering wheel, her phone blinking on the seat beside her. He yanked the door open. Her pulse was weak, her skin cold. "Call 911, he said to the girls, then realized they didn't even have a phone. He placed 2 fingers on her wrist again, then quickly laid her flat across the back seat. He remembered something he hadn't done in years, CPR. He began chest compressions, counting under his breath, his heart thundering. Come on, he whispered. The girls cried beside him, their tiny hands clutching each other. Seconds stretched into eternity, until finally, she gasped. A faint, broken breath. Then another. He leaned back, relief washing over him as sirens echoed in the distance. When the paramedics arrived, he stepped aside quietly, watching them take over. One of the girls ran to him again, wrapping her arms around his leg. "Thank you, for saving Mama," she sobbed. He smiled softly, his voice rough. "You two were brave. You saved her." Later, as the ambulance drove away, he picked up the wrench he'd dropped. He looked at his reflection in the truck's window, same tired face, but something was different now. Because in that moment, he realized, sometimes, the people we're meant to help find us when we least expect it. And sometimes, a broken truck can lead to a miracle. To be continued. The single dad stood there for a long time, watching the ambulance disappear into the horizon. The road was quiet again, only the faint hum of the wind and the ticking of his truck's cooling engine. He leaned against the fender, breathing deeply. His hands were still shaking, not from fear, but from something he hadn't felt in years. Purpose. A few hours later, as he packed up his tools, a small car pulled up beside him. The same 2 little girls jumped out, their faces brighter this time. Behind them, the woman he had saved, pale but smiling, stepped carefully out of the passenger seat. "Hey," she said softly, walking toward him. "The doctors said, if you hadn't helped, I wouldn't be here." He scratched the back of his neck, embarrassed. Anyone would have done the same. "No," she said, eyes glistening. "Not everyone stops for strangers anymore." The girls ran to him again, handing him something small, a folded piece of paper. Inside, in shaky crayon letters, it said, "Thank you for saving our mama." He felt a lump form in his throat. He'd fixed a lot of broken engines in his life, but this time, it wasn't metal he'd mended. It was a family. Before leaving, the woman turned back and asked, "Do you still fix cars for a living?" He nodded. She smiled. Then maybe you can start with mine. I owe you more than I can ever repay. Weeks passed. The single dad found himself visiting them often, helping fix the car, sharing meals, and laughing with the twins who now called him Uncle. Slowly, the heaviness that had lived in his chest for years began to fade. One evening, as the sun dipped low, the twins ran up to him again, this time not in fear, but joy. "Mama got a job near your workshop," they cheered. He looked up at the woman smiling shyly in the doorway and realized how life sometimes mends broken souls in quiet, unexpected ways. He had set out to fix a truck that day. But instead, life had fixed him.